Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna try to be as not shaky as possible because you guys are sitting on some books on top of my dining room table. So I'm gonna try and keep everything as stable as possible, but I can already see the mic like jiggling. So if this is not the most stable footage, I apologize in advance. Happy dry January. It is January 2nd today, but by the time you're seeing this, it's January 3rd. So 3 days in. Let me know in the comments below if you're doing dry January. I have been actually sober now for 1 year and coming up on 2 months. So just over a year I have been sober. So I am quite skilled in the mocktail arena and kind of making drinks that are alcohol free. So I wanted to share some of those with you today. We're gonna be making my top 3 favorite non-alcoholic drinks or mocktails. We're gonna go with good old classic margarita, a mojito, and then a whiskey sour. And all of the non-alcoholic liqueur I'm using today is from Ritual Zero Proof. I absolutely adore them. I discovered them very early on in my sober journey and they're incredible. If you want to give them a try, there'll be a link down below with my code. We're gonna be making whiskey sour instead of an amaretto sour, which is actually, amaretto sour is one of my absolute favorite drinks before I went alcohol-free. And I recently discovered an alcohol-free amaretto by Beckett's, I believe. And I tried it when I was in Arizona and I've searched for it everywhere here in Colorado and I cannot find it. So we're gonna sub that with the whiskey sour. But if you're a big amaretto sour fan, look up and get Beckett's non-alcoholic amaretto. It tastes so good. Like, it was I couldn't believe it was non-alcoholic. It was that good. I'm serious. Let's get started with the whiskey sour and then we'll work our way towards my favorite drink, which is the margarita. I usually don't like super measure out my drinks, but it is what it is. So we're gonna do about a shot of the Ritual whiskey. Actually, we're gonna do 2 shots because I want it to fill up the entire glass. Normally with like whiskey sour or amaretto sour, you use like the sweet and sour syrup or the mix, but I actually really just like to use fresh lemon instead. I feel like it makes it so much more tart and sour and I just really like it that way. So that's what we're gonna do. Hot tip, if you didn't know, rolling your citrus, like lemons or limes, if you like roll them before you cut them, it actually helps you get a lot more juice out of them. Do 1 whole lemon because, to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of whiskey. So whenever I make whiskey sours, I like to go heavy on the sour part. You can have an option of adding an egg white to this because a traditional whiskey sour does have that egg white top. If you're vegan, you can use the aquafaba, which is the which is the liquid from the chickpea cans. You can add that in here. I don't like either of those options though, so I'm just gonna leave it out entirely. And then, because I like to be a little bit extra when I'm making mocktails, I find it fun, I am going to add a little, oh, that's an ugly orange sliver. I'm gonna add a little orange pinwheel, well, kind of pinwheel, and a cherry. Traditional amaretto sours and whiskey sours too, I believe, have cherries in them. Boop, little cherries. And there we are. We have our first little mocktail, a whiskey sour. Cheers. Oh, that's so good. Oh, the little like sweet tartness of the lemon like gets your, you know, that feeling in the back of your jaw. Delicious. Next, we have our mojito. Now, normally mojitos are made with clear rum Ritual Zero Proof only has this dark rum, but I have made mojitos with it before and found that it is just as good. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and start off with. I have rinsed this out between every drink. You just aren't seeing that part, but here's some ice. I like to go really heavy on the mint for mojitos, as one does. Fun fact, the first time I made a mocktail mojito and needed fresh mint was earlier this year when we were stuck in our Airbnb before we moved into our house. And I went to the grocery store and they were all out of mint. The only thing that they had was a mint plant. And so I was like, all right, I guess I'm getting a mint plant. I literally still have that mint plant. I'm gonna muddle this. I usually do the juice of one whole lime. Here we go. I'm sure I had some really attractive faces during those squeezings. I do like to muddle with the lime juice just because I feel like it helps get a little bit more out of it. We add this to the mixer. Come on, all you precious little mint. Of course, we cannot forget the sugar. I use about 2 tablespoons of sugar. You can sub it for about half an ounce of simple syrup. I just prefer to use real sugar because I never keep simple syrup on hand and I don't make simple syrup, so it is what it is. This won't dissolve as well as simple syrup, but this does help give like the normal texture of a mojito, so that's kind of also why I like to use it. Rum, rum, rum. Use 2 or 1.5. Use 1.5 shots of this. Then we shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. It smells so good. It just like reminds me of summer. We're not done because a critical ingredient of a mojito is club soda. So top it off with some club soda. It will get fizzy, so make sure you go slowly. And this is such a simple like recipe. You can really add anything to it. Over the summer, my mother-in-law was visiting and I made watermelon mojitos instead. So I just blended watermelon and mint and then strained it, and it made such a good like watermelon minty syrup to add into the mojito. It was so good. No, 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 no. I usually use like half of a can of club soda. And then of course you can garnish it however you want, with lime and mint, or just with mint, like what I'm gonna do. Bloop, there, we have it. Our little non-alcoholic mojito. It's so good. It's definitely not as rum forward as a normal mojito is, as far as like the rummy flavor. You can add full 2 shots of rum if you want, instead of just 1.5 like what I did. It's really good. Mojitos are actually one of my husband's favorite cocktails, so I'll probably add some real rum to this and then give it to him once we're done, because there's no way I'm about to drink like 3 full mocktails right now. Time for my favorite one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, my favorite mocktail to make is my margarita. And in my opinion, the Ritual Zero Proof Tequila is my favorite spirit of theirs. And I've tried some other non-alcoholic tequilas and the Ritual is by far the best one. So it's kind of got like that mezcal flavor. It's got a little bit of smokiness to it. But of course we're gonna do the first thing first. We gotta rim this glass. I really like to rim my glass with salt and tahini. So we're gonna mix the salt and tahini, rim the glass. We're gonna just go on in there. To me, a margarita is seriously not a margarita without a salt rim. Obviously, like a real margarita has lime juice and then triple sec, which is the orange part. So I'm gonna squeeze in a couple oranges. I use 2 whole limes for my mocktail because I try to use as little margarita mix as possible, because I feel like that tends to make it not taste as good. When I like to really shake it up, I'll add jalapenos and I'll muddle some jalapenos for a spicy margarita. That's always really, really good, but since jalapenos and peppers are on my no-no list for my elimination diet right now, I'm having to stay away from them. So I'll do a shot of margarita mix. When I used to drink, I liked my margaritas strong because tequila was always my favorite. So that's still the case. So I do 2 full shots of Ritual Zero Proof tequila. Now, you can leave it at that if you want. However, I swear by this, the absolute key to making this mocktail like an outstanding margarita is to add club soda, because the club soda adds like the bite that alcohol normally has. So I always have to add club soda. It makes it taste so much better. It really does. But there we have it. Our last mocktail is a margarita with Ritual Zero Proof tequila. It really never gets old. Thank you for coming to my mocktail happy hour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you feel a little bit more inspired and prepared to take on dry January if you're doing it, or even if you're just aiming to drink a little bit less than normal. I hope this adds some variety into your evening cocktails. Comment down below which one you think would be your favorite. Let me know if you give Ritual Zero Proof a try. I've been using them for over a year now, and I am an affiliate with them through my Instagram. So my code and my link is down in the description. If you want to give them a try and see how it goes, you will get a discount if you use my code. I genuinely love them. It's made my life so much easier. Let me know which cocktails or mocktails you would like me to try making next, and I'll see if maybe I can squeeze in another video. But I will be doing a lot of more videos like this for dry January throughout the month. Coming up next, we have why I stopped drinking alcohol, and then I'm really excited to sit down with my husband and film a whole video of us tasting and rating non-alcoholic beers. He drinks, I don't, so I think it'd be a good little comparison. Also really curious to see what a whole bunch of non-alcoholic beers taste like. I've had some in the past, but there's a ton of brands that I've never tried, so I'm super excited to do that. And then we also have what going sober did to my body, kind of what changes happened, how I felt, and then will I be sober forever, which is a question I get asked all the time. Thank you for being here. Let me know what you thought of the video below. If you liked it, please feel free to comment and subscribe. I'm so happy you're here, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye!